Radiant team pick.
Beastmaster.
Virtus.Pro's turn to pick.
Earth Spirit.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Hello folks, and welcome to the second series of the day. We've got Virtus.Pro versus No Diggity in a rematch, because for those of you who were hanging out looking at the Nan Yang qualifiers, they just played. Gonna be jumping right in. How you doing, Mob Packs?
10 seconds remaining.
Clearly dead. It's horrible. Also could be sneezing.
5 seconds remaining.
Ah, yeah. Double mute the classic.
Oh yeah.
No. No.
Radiant
Catch to the
team
end of that
back.
game there, so VP3 it seems. They've already had a little bit of a back and forth today, and that will be continuing here with another best of 3.
Yeah, I obviously so Diggity were not victorious in the best of 3, just then against VP. VP took a 2-1, so it's not like it was a complete wipe
5 seconds
by
remaining.
Virtus.Pro, but that last game there was very quick in favor of Virtus.Pro.
Virtus.Pro's turn to
Yeah, it was I
back.
think 9 minutes in the end there, something
Yeah.
along there.
Got us back on schedule.
Yeah,
And-
big saves.
This is something similar coming out from VP. They've got themselves the Earth Spirit. They seem to do a lot of good work with it. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get the Lion next. That's a hero they prioritize quite a bit, although this is probably, I'm assuming it's both of these are supports, so they won't have room for another support. I've seen a couple of offlane Phoenixes this patch, but kind of expecting it to be the support.
Turn to pick.
And it's going to be Lifestealer.
Radiant
Yeah,
team
just
pick.
they're getting 2 of the top tier supports that are available, as well as not revealing anything about your own cores, so I'm okay with the double support opener. If there weren't any like real offlaners that were left, I mean, they're not going to have like the double bubble strategy or anything like that coming from No Diggities. They ban that out. They take the Beastmaster, and then the only other thing that maybe VP could like would have been like a StarLadder or something, but he ends up just making it all the way through too. So they pick up the Lifestealer right off, trying to negate some of those tankier cores that No Diggity might be going for, as well as pairing up nicely with the roll and stuff.
Yeah, there's some excellent synergy here. Lots of slows, not really a lot of hard stuns yet. Even though the Earth Spirit has some, it's something where you have to be careful about it. You're not necessarily going to be able to have those up to stop all the TPs you want, so would expect a little bit more utility to come out of VP. But for now, it's No Diggity's turn to grab something up. This was a really early Rubik pickup. It does good work against the Phoenix in lane, but you gotta wonder if they're gonna draft more stuff that Rubik can really take advantage of by stealing.
Yeah, really odd to be coming up in the first phase. Definitely makes you realize that they're in a little bit of like a mini meta right now after just playing. And assume that's what's coming into some part here, because it's really unusual to see the Rubik being picked up, but I didn't actually graphs as we going, but
Oh, don't worry, I'm working on it.
yeah,
I'm working on pulling it up.
yeah, you have to do some
Sometimes-
shenanigans, but
Yeah. Okay, I got them. It was, oh gosh, it was Cinder and on. Shadow Shaman 03, is this the right match that just happened? No, this is from the Dream League, never mind. I was like, I'm pretty sure I watched a game where Synderen was on 03, so... best I got is Dream League, which,
oh, here we go. Actually, they are showing up.
a while ago.
Alright, it's so screwed right. Either way, so there was no Rubik's being picked up there, but keep in mind, then they get the Winter Wyvern, so counter push there, making sure that as well VP wouldn't be picking it up, but I mean, it's a counter Beastmaster hero. They already have an Earth Spirit and a Phoenix. Again, highly unlikely. A nice BKB piercing stun as long as you get the initial one off onto the Lifestealer. They're going to steal away the prized No Diggity Darkseer, so not a concern this game. We've already determined our 3, 4, 5s here, just our mid one to go.
I have to feel like VP is getting away with murder in this draft.
10 seconds remaining.
Their lineup, yes, No Diggity do have the Beastmaster, which is always really nice, but it doesn't quite feel like the Rubik and the Wyvern are enough to get when compared with the Darkseer, the Lifestealer, the Phoenix. even the Earth Spirit, which I know a lot of teams are no longer prioritizing, is still really strong.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trade-off where they're opening up with like heroes you expect to get banned out, top of their tier, current meta and everything, but it does mean that we're still lacking, like we still had just the reveal, Lycan, and still have the mid, so no Diggity definitely known for their deeper hero pools, going for some of the more unconventional picks like the Razors for Era, going safe lane maybe, or even going to the mid lane for Quake if they want to run it that way. The Lone Druid's still in the pool, but that Lifestealer and Phoenix, so highly unlikely we'll see that from no Diggity despite how amazing it would be with this lineup. I'm not sure if that's worth it. So, what else do they run mid? Like the Quake Batrider perhaps for a second initiation?
I mean, they could go with Bat, they could just try to be, it's a bit greedy, but they could go for the Lone Druid. Kuiper does so well in the mid lane. It usually is something which they solidly can get a lot of farm on, although it's a bit scary here with the Phoenix and the Earth Spirit. I agree with you, I'm just not sure. No Diggity, I certainly think if they can draw the game out, they have a good lineup and they'll have lots of split push opportunities, but right now when it comes to going head to head earlier,
Radiant team ban.
get a bit spooky.
Yeah. I like that. I feel like that'll be what their pick will be. And then VP, they have the last final counter mid pick here for themselves. So if you were gonna go Batrider, nothing really you're too concerned about. They've already banned out like the Dragonitis in terms of some kind of sick well up with their draft and give them a little bit of that added push element they're lacking.
Reserve time.
Viper mid or anything from Virtus.Pro though. So it could just be the Death Prophet banned out actually. That would be really solid for VP.
Yeah, I do like getting rid of Kuiper's Invoker. Do you think no Diggity? I agree with you. It looks like we're slim on Kuiper heroes that are left. I also really like that VP Tinker ban out. Good thoughts there, considering that the Beastmaster and the Lycan were both out. The Beastmaster was out at that point, but something that no Diggity have run a lot. So. Well, as we're waiting for this lost ban, no Diggity dipping deep into that reserve time. So. Again, it is the fourth game these teams have played against each other today. I do wonder how much of that factors in. Obviously, VP probably coming off of a high. We did have a small break between the games. But I do wonder if there's that other factor of, well, shucks, we just lost. We gotta go play them exactly again.
And their timer, jeez. Yeah, you're right.
5 seconds remaining.
And it's still a puck too, and that actually could be a nice, really final pick for VP there. I wonder if no Diggity would pick that up for themselves. Surprised the hero made it this far. Typically banned out now like secondaries lately. I like Batter Puck. Both be pretty, Diggity. The concern would be that you kind of feel like you're already going a little bit all in here. Like earlier heroes in the Rubik Dome or Wyvern, they're not scaling like well past the 35-40 minute mark. They'll actually take the DP for themselves. Okay, I like that. Not a lot of synergy with the Beastmaster. Not that Batrider provides that, but at least of initial or extra initiation. Instead, it's much more of like a and just run at you kind of style.
I mean, it definitely could work. We brought up before how this is very much
5 seconds.
other teams' bread and butter to win with this. I am a little concerned about Death Prophet in the mid if the Phoenix and the Earth Spirit both end up rotating onto her, but of course she has that Spirit Siphon. If they don't do it early on, we've all seen how if you can get 2 or 3 even Spirit Siphons out on all the people coming towards you, you can be pretty survivable there.
Yeah, and the more I look at this, the more, like, I'm gonna always compare it to Liquid. It is just one of their signature heroes, and the way they use it so fantastic, and the way that it was, like, the center to essentially win that tournament was extremely impressive, because single game they always picked center that could go to the jungle, and it usually was the, like, prioritize that six so heavily onto, it was Kuroki most of the time that they wanted the early Ice Blast on, and they were like the only team willing to get up early because of how well they thought they could use it.
Yeah.
And in this game, we want the exact same thing this Rubik for Yapsor. Like, we all know he's a little bit greedier. He loves to get his Enigma, get his going, and he needs a really on this Rubik because Hero is just like very disappointing items, right? Very similar to a Lion, where you can still make the stuff happen for sure, but when you get that dagger up, when you potentially get into Aghanim Scepters, the game starts to roll on forward. He just opens up a whole new
5 seconds remaining.
See what BP have to deal with this? They just dropped the Alk. Okay, well we We've gotten plenty of alchemists today ourselves, so we're ready for this. Let's get into it, folks. VP versus No Diggity, the rematch. Hopefully, for No Diggity, they can just wipe the slate clean, come in with a fresh mind, get into this one.
Yeah, VP going for the almost more tactical and thoughtful pick. You go to the Alchemist, you're going to get yourself a little bit of D-push, you're going to try and slow down this lineup with No Diggity, and then, of course, bounce back the Radiance, the Armlet. There's, let's say they went for something like the Puck. That wasn't off. That would be, we're going to beat you at your game. We're going to, after you've taken, we think we have a better one that's going to fight you in the mid-game, and we're just going to crush you and win this game that way. Whereas this one is more like, yeah, we can still fight you. We're going to counter-initiate at towers using our dives, our rolls. We're just going to have the acid spray that you're going to have to fight to us, all while you're worried about this time bomb on the... I like
Not only... Oh, yeah.
Or more tactical, I guess, rather than just like, we're going to run at you and fight the entire game. So it might end up being a bit boring, sorry.
Prepare for battle.
No apologies. Don't apologize for that. More importantly, let's take a look at the effigies. No, let's jump into it. But I think the other nice thing here for VP is their scalability with the Doxia, the Lifestealer. Depending on how this Alk's initial form goes, could be pretty dang nice. And as you said, Acid Spray. It is so hard to push into that. No Diggity don't have a great answer to that. I mean, I guess you can pop one Necro than the other, but you still have the problem of the seriously good uptime on that Acid Spray. Let's get into it. For VP, we've got G on that Alchemist and mid Aloha Dance playing that Lifestealer. No Fear on the Earth Spirit. Plays that thing a lot. And I see Phoenix flapping around and G playing that. And last but not least, Yoku on that Doxia.
Alright, well, for
30
Dig,
seconds
No
to
Diggity, the
battle.
fan favorite. World, it seems, trying to get Synderen back into the...
Hey, you
Yeah,
need
so on
that.
that,
I'm just
Rubik.
saying. That's good for you.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Please, Synderen, please gotta get us to one of these events here. Blitz is starting to drop out. Close. Anyway, Air on the Lycan, Goikvo on Kezu on the beast. I feel like I might have missed
You missed
Synderen there
Synderen.
himself on the Winter Wyvern, yeah.
You just really try to give him all your energy.
Please win, Synderen, come on, man.
How you felt about the veggie stack? I was just like, if you guys could qualify, that would be fantastic. But alas, it was not to be. But let's get into this one, guys. We're gonna have the normal rune split. Of course, Alk getting up one of those. Gonna already be sending out some stuff. Oh, he's getting a Quelling Blade. Wants to make sure he gets some action here. And we should see the D-Ward? What's the... Okay, well. Phoenix, I think, will eventually find this. Maybe not. Oh, well.
Sneaky.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really... I haven't actually seen that one. When you look at the vision it gives, of course, very little, but it does block it out. And Phoenix was right in guessing where it is, but just isn't going to find it.
That early Hallies as well, just for some harass down on the bottom lane. Throwback.
They are getting a lot of damage onto Yoku. Unfortunately, will not quite be able to seal the deal, but No Fear as well taking heavy damage. These two supports doing good work.
Yeah, they're already going to burn both themselves. Just on a single volley, and look how little, like, their overall mana has gone down, right? It's only 120. You can cast that 3 times with Synderen, and it was just a simple loss too. Same thing from Yapsor.
Well, we will see the Sunray come out to Quickbutt in the mid lane, but not too bad. He's going to be just fine. And we'll be able to... Actually, just kind of has to awkwardly lost hit. There we go. There's a level 2. Do some crypt swarming if he wants. Except FNG may just come around again. 8
That
seconds
is so
on that Sunray.
unexpected.
Yeah, the paralyzing, the unstable concoction is not the usual thing, but now FNG in a lot of trouble doesn't have the Icarus type. May have to Sunray to the low ground, needs the head, there's the Crypt Swarm, lost auto attack, and that's our first blood. Koitva, I'm unsure why they were not expecting him at level 2 to have Spirit Siphon.
Yeah, just a little bit of a miscommunication there, I think, in FNG, underestimating the dive potential. Bottom lane, they do, again, No Fear. The roll though, but yeah, he'll go for the T.
Once he knows that telekinesis is down, doesn't have to be too worried. I also want to say this is really interesting. All day we have seen offlaners just abandoning the lane, and we actually have Dig running a, I would say, pretty successful tri-lane, all things considered.
Yeah, you have to do the Darksteel. Like, if you pick this hero, I feel like he has testing supports and pulling their attention. Imagine if that support roaming mid and Death Prophet. Like, yeah, she ended up getting that kill, but you saw how important it is that they're early on just because it is Death Prophet versus the Alchemist, and if they had the supports, we saw a game earlier today where the Alchemist got shut down so heavily early that it's very hard to bounce back. Yeah, you can farm up, but they take over your jungle, they're going to take over your stacks, and you knock I think it's a very crucial day down here in contest, even if they die a few times. Which, no fear.
Just, you know, min-maxing, he's gonna go down there. Oh, not quite the min-maxing he wanted. The last auto attack, the Fade Bolt doing good work coming out of Yapzor. And they will get themselves up 2-0. Dig need this. Early lead for their lineup. Pretty ideal. We'll let them start that push earlier.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, the faster you get down towers, the faster the Arab would like feel more jungles up. Get the kill on the mid there, on the DP as well as the offense going down. So DP got the kill first.
And that'll be, yeah, and that'll be another nice thing going the way of Dig. That's a big kill there.
Getting mad cash. What's she up to now? Bottle, null. Wow, she's rich. Holy shit.
She has 2k gold about now because of that first blood, and then of course the kill on the Alk being a lot of gold since it's an Alk. We'll go back to looking at lost hits. We haven't talked too much. Lifestealer is farming uncontested in the top lane, having a better time than the Lycan.
I haven't seen some kind of neat lifestealer builds lately, kind of ditching the drums in favor of the Echo Saber. You get this game too. Again, those feast stacks off. It makes you very difficult to deal with, and through the rage, they only have they have roar and so yeah, they have some BKB piercing stuns, but they don't really have any slows that you like. The boar no longer going through is huge. It will kind of go to town as long as the Roar of the Winter's Curse is already used.
Really nice there. So, and meanwhile in top, yeah, still not too much action, although on the nice side, Kezu is not being forced to the jungle. I think that's a big win there for the Beast Monster, already level 5 compared to the Doxy's level 3, partly of course. Oh, we have a telekinesis on the Alk in mid, another Spirit Siphon comes out, he does have that unstable concoction, now No Fear is there as well, but Quakefoot just throwing out that Crystal, 1 more, 2 more, they need to, but the Salve comes out, they should be able to get No Fear at the very least. Not quite getting the target they want. Yeah. Really nice job there, and now literally what I think are mad pings coming out. I'm not quite sure what was going on there. Phoenix just clearly wanting something to happen that didn't.
Now, Quick, still sitting on a full bottle mid, and I'm not too sure what to do. Trying to keep blasting out of the tower, but already we're gonna get servers. Oh, actually, they're just gonna drop it right there. That's a little bit interesting. Going up to contest some vision on top of the stack. They'll put a sentry down, actually just stop the blocks from occurring. So there we go. That's what we're looking at.
Both mids actually have really low CS in this lane. Obviously, Death Prophet has been involved in 3 kills now. Actually, all 3 of them going to her, but it is like 17 to 14 when it comes to CS in this mid lane. Just not a great sign for either of them coming into this mid game.
Yeah, just a lot of support rotations coming through, but overall, of course, Quick was net worth, so all that matters is those kills.
And again, VP, they're trying to get something done in bottom lane, but they can't even contest. Era hitting too hard, able to use that Howl to help everybody else hit hard too. It's... Oh, they're trying for it. We have a dive that is no longer going to be a dive. They're backing up, wanting to use that Primal Roll, but not quite able to make the room.
Yeah, because his first rotation won't be successful, but he's got his own headdress up, and so Eric can head to the jungle whenever needed. Maybe once Yapzor is done attempting ganks here. Yeah, bottom sets up in that lane. They're not even going to go for the push. It's not really a major concern. They're just going for a little bit of go these stacks, already eliminating one. This is perfect.
This is the problem of playing into the Beast Monster with something like an Alchemist. You can just fly the Hawk over, get good vision on the stacks, Primal Roar off an Earth Spirit, looking for that kill. Crypt Swarm, 1 more auto attack brings him down, and they get another kill on Quake for 26 CS. Doesn't matter when you got 4 bloody kills.
Yeah, VP need to make some sort of a decision here as to what they're going to do with this Lifestealer, because going online, like, once the armlet is it actually... Yeah, okay, it's getting there. So he's got the helm. And once that's finished up, he needs to start fights and just creating like a 4-man group up and leave you alone. They need to force like sort of a defense at towers, even if it's just enough to give you some space. He's coming up auction on bottom on air, and
yeah,
for them.
They will see the wolf transform. They did not get the rock kick on over, and Era's just running it away. Look at him go. 650 move speed.
He also went for the 0-3 to build as well on Yoku, and notice so no vacuum to try and combo up with that too, which is pretty standard these days anyway. It's very rough early on.
Yeah, there is not the control there that we were talking about. And again, Quake, but you leave him alone in this mid lane for a second. He's just going to take the tower. Doesn't care about your Sunray. Going to take a few hits as well. They are thinking about it. Both Era
structures.
And the Wyvern in that bottom lane. Yoku now coming around. There is going to be a roll in. Manages to hit Arrow with the slow. There's the kick on through. Ion Shell doing quite a bit of damage to him. There's the Cold Embrace, but they have magic damage. A nice Splinter Blog trying to deter them, but Arrow getting very low. Primal Roar. They do get the kill on the Earth Spirit first. They still need to find Yoku and pick him off here. He drops the wall, but they are just going to come at him with the auto attacks. They don't care. Yoku, you are getting very low. Kezu will die to his wall illusion. Maybe he'll get Cinderin as well. Cinderin not going to be able to kill him.
Yo, Yoku Doda.
Oh my goodness.
If only he had a TP, it'd be like the glorious play in history.
Yeah, he buys a Midas.
One of these.
He bought a Midas out. He's like, I'm short of the blink, whatever. Midas time.
Yeah, that's worth. That's actually super worth.
Okay, this is actually perfect. We have to discuss this because you have to walk in and then walk in again to do anything. Like this is the perfect wall. There is no wall better than this.
Is under attack.
Chris, until Yapsor comes in. Hello.
Radiant's
Can't
top
do
tower
anything
is
until
under
that.
attack.
Yeah, no, Tenko's not invented yet. We're good.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Either way, it's still going really well for Death Prophet in the middle lane. Somehow we're on current goal. Not sure how that happened, but you know. Earth Spirit. We're seeing No Fear in a little bit of trouble. I didn't catch the beginning of last game. I'm assuming that he had a really great early game, but it doesn't feel like he's been able to have the impact he wants. Actually sitting at 4 deaths on that Earth Spirit right now.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, a lot of his rotations have been like attempted saves mid that either haven't been successful or he sacrificial lamb for. Certainly not an aggressive Earth Spirit. They attempted it again, dueling bottom. I mean, it did what it was supposed to, drawing the support's attention. They also were pretty heavily down and killed by the side of Dig.
I didn't catch it.
Did
VP get the tower deny, or was it a clean pick off by Koipa?
in the mid? It was the full tower. It was during the big fight down bottom.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't 100% sure. I do wonder, so just bringing it up, because for Koipa, maybe pushing out this mid lane some, and then going for top, deleting that safe lane tower for VP from the game, it'll just really open up their jungle. We can see they've already got a ward to protect it, but no Diggity got the resources to really shut down this Alchemist some more. Speaking of that, he will not be able to get a bounty rune. Oh.
Look what's Lowen's he's got the courier. Oh, okay, there. Waiting there for the hand of or the gloves of haste to be purchased up. So the armlet's now done. That's too bad for him. Space. I actually wouldn't mind seeing the not go the radiant build post armlet this game. I guess it depends. If they feel like they can hold towers, then still go for this whole like holding strategy, moving into the radiance, pushing out the lanes, and fighting back that way through split push. But if you want to go for something more combative, they're kind of at a point with this, so they could go for it. But again, Dig are rather scared of Quakepa.
I would love to see the early blink, just because they need a vessel to get Lifestealer in. Obviously, Darkseer will pick one up eventually. He does need the mech first, and he went Midas, so I guess this will be coming up soon. But I do worry that by the time they have the blink up on Yoku, unless VP win a fight, they could be already trying to, you know, save their high ground. And then the blink initiation with the Lifestealer gets a lot less impactful.
Ez is doing his thing, taking over that dire side jungle. They still haven't gotten that tower that you getting down bottom. This is their bomb. They have the vision. They see no fear, but he's coming in.
There
anyway.
is the roll in. The Infest hasn't jumped out yet. There we go. Opening up onto Cinder, and he gets the cold embrace off. The Sun Ray finally comes on through. Cinder and gonna probably burn to death here. Turns out fire beats ice. Pokemon 101. Actually, they both damage each other extra, I think, if I recall correctly, but that's neither here nor there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I can't get into that.
You
Too much trouble. That's opening a can of worms. Well, I mean, it's fire. Ice is not.
Wow, okay, well, that's very sad. Either way, let's get into it. We're gonna see the tower push. It will be the safe lane that VP decided to focus on while they do have Koik, but he didn't pop Exorcism for this. So they can keep going on Diggity up top.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah, something that you'll see the more seasoned Death Prophet players do. I feel like a lot of time people just tend to pop it, which is understandable if you're worried about rotations. You don't pop on in. Scan it a little bit there, just judging by how that fight went down and if they actually be able to rotate from the side. Tier 2, you know, it's the glyph. And Era's right here to back them up, so this tower should go down in very favorable trade.
It's just looking really solid for them. They are getting themselves the gold and the experience lead, which is impressive because they have done some grouping up and pushing. Normally puts you behind a bit on experience. And VP, like you talked about, they just do not want to fight into them right now with Koikpa being so strong. But problematically, he just picked up a Yules as well, so he's gotten even harder to take down.
Yeah, it's starting to think like where Aloha Dance goes from here. Gonna head back into. I'm gonna guess that'll be the Echo Saber with that robe. I don't think the drums are the item anymore on the light dealer. So standard build coming out now. On the armlet, that double hit, you talk about like the raw damage that you get out of that armlet. Doubling it right up is smoke. Still no blink dagger. Still no mech. 100 gold away here for Yoku. So a little bit scary to go into this fight.
Unfortunately, as nice as buying out the Midas is, because it will pay off in about another 15 minutes, unfortunately it does mean for right now that could have been the full mech. They will...
And just come out too...
Yeah, no, it caught them.
Oh, it did, okay.
It caught one of them pulsing through the bottom, so I think that's why Dig is backing up over to the left side. Fortunately, Cinderin may go down anyway. He throws a splinter blast. There's an explosion. He's gonna be going down. It's rough. But you know what they say, Cinderin dies, Dig wins the game.
Yeah, it's like his designated position. You know? Just tanking ganks, finding folks. He's very good at it. He's probably the best player I've ever seen at finding.
Pyla died too. I think...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Optical feed. We don't... It's hard to see here, but basically if you look at it, they are gonna get low on smokes on VP if they keep just smoking and only finding Cinderin. And since they don't have the other initiation tools online yet, Cinderin tanking the gank is actually one of the best things that can happen.
Yeah, it is true. It's gonna be a while before there's really... Like, their best direction is just dive and fast bombing.
Well, they are gonna sit back and farm for... BP, you can see they have some good ward vision in Dig's jungle so that when these subsequent smokes come out, they're hoping to catch someone, while Dig have some wards up that are getting ready for the push. I am unsure if VP feel like they could contest Roche right now, so that may be, yeah, we actually just saw VP ping it out. I feel like Roche could be the play from Diggity, just get that, extend their window.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't think VP want to be going in themselves right now, just with like the Winter's Curse and everything, and I feel just that Dig is at a much point with a lot of their heroes right now, like the supports. You can see it's like Mega Rubik, they're fully completed for Yapsor, their item to help out in that fight around the pit, keep alive. There's a haste rune balled up on him. I feel like I'd rather just like go for another tower push right now from the side of Dig. The only thing is, unlike most drafts where you can just push a tower, take it, and then back to Roshan, the Death Prophet has that issue. Pop the Exorcism tower, did a lot less push right after because you're not going to have that potential contest.
Yeah, you really need to do it the other way, unfortunately, on a Death Prophet. Oh, wait. You never want to do that. Midas something, please, Yoku. There we go. Makes me feel better. They are checking it out. Koikpa saying, oh, we're doing it. Okay, so they did have vision of this completely on VP. They can try to go for it. They do have 4 points up in that vacuum on the docks here. Let's see if we get some nice vacuums up to the high ground. Koikpa getting helped out there. They are looking to smoke for it. Oh gosh. Will this be enough time? The Roshan is getting very low. Even if they engage after it's gone, they're just going to Phoenix Egg on the high ground. They're really going to roll in. They might be able to snatch this one while the egg is close. The agent is killed and picked up by the Lifestealer and is on to Diggity. And the Exorcism is not doing enough damage there. They'll lose Cinder. Death Prophet Koikpa having the Exorcism come back to him at just the worst time, and Yapsor will be able to TP out.
Alright, that is something that I had not actually taken into consideration, because the way I envisioned it was that egg comes out and they're just gonna like right click down and kill the egg, but because they're gonna have the vision hawk the whole time. However, it's a Phoenix egg, so they're just like, they don't have any wards up on the high ground because they're relying on the hawk the entire time, and then it just burned. Yeah, Nova. And they just could not make their way over there.
That was dang perfect timing by VP. It looked like it was too late, and they said nope, they stole not only the Aegis, but also the Roche kill. So suddenly, we're gonna, yeah, this folks, look at the net worth. I mean, it's also, the scale is bad, because of how we're only 17 minutes into the game, but that is a huge win there for VP. And the other problem I would worry about here for No Diggity is that's a huge hit to your morale.
Radiant's
Oh yeah,
Like,
I mean their
how-
is
momentum
under attack.
totally gutted. Now you're just thinking like, oh, this Alchemist isn't here, we shut down its jungle, everything was fine, to shit, we just lost a big fight, and now like this Radiant Alchemist has all this room that he can show 2 lanes right away. We've lost all our map control, trying to reestablish it by getting themselves into the jungle, but it's a more worrisome place to be at this than it was previously.
Okay, what do? How do you regroup? How do you rally? It looks like maybe they're gonna try to get a kill together. Synderen and Kezu, just buddy.
It'll just come back to like Koikva and this exorcism. The next one's going to be really important. He's building into that Octarine core. He's got a little bit of gold stacked up here. And you start to look at like Era has to get into the Necro 3s. They don't have. Alright, this is what you have to do. So Kezu just came out from the rest of the Necros and said we need a blink because it's no longer we're super scary. You have to fight. We're not that scary, but we're going to come at your towers, and if you try to fight us, it's work.
Well, on the upside, Synderen will not die. Rock kick coming out a little bit too late, so he gets out. Although, what was kind of terrifying there was that was like 2 hits by the Life Stealer, 3 hits, and half of Synderen's health was gone. Times.
Yeah, some scary stuff there. Echo Saber is just a fantastic item. Farming, and those squishier supports. I like it. I think it's a really drum replacement on so many of these heroes, and especially with this whole strength meta thing. It's really coming to its own. Gotta get this item. These heroes, other than like the old drums S and Y build, just out the window. Armlet and Echo Saber buffs and introductions.
I mean, obviously, it is a strength hero meta, as you said. You can argue. I believe an AC actually gives you more hits, but it's the case of because they come in so fast and it's such a cheap item and then actually has the mana regen, which the strength heroes need early on, it's just something really easy to make, this Echo Saber. So, and of course you're not going, like, no one's ever going to be like, oh yeah, get your omelet and then get an AC right after. Like, that's just generally not how we build.
It looks like it'll be a unsuccessful smoke here. Dig trying to perhaps like jungle. Not exactly sure where they were moving on the side of VP, but going for a smoke of their own. Dive done. Yeah. Going for that 8 rate damage.
Oh, they're even gonna get an Arcane Rune. They are hunting. They are looking for Koikva. They don't have vision of this, but they seem to. I think they lost Soul Koikva up here. Their smoke's gonna break. They know that Koikva. No, they guessed the wrong way. They assumed Koikva's under the tower, and now Koikva knows. Oh gosh, they're behind me. There's gonna be the open up. Where are the open wounds? No, a nice Yules there coming out of Koikva. Doesn't have a TP on him. Waiting for his team to get closer. Rubik is coming with the 4 staff, but Koikva vacuums back. Won't be saved. There is gonna be a steal on the vacuum. Wonder how Rubik's gonna use that one effectively. But
Gonna need a pretty sick Cinder Yapsor play coming out here. If they end up coming now, showing up to the mid lane, heading into his Manta style, already has the ult done.
that's another thing that's really odd here for Diggity, picking up the Wyvern so early, picking up the Rubik so early. There just isn't quite the synergy. There's gonna be another Infest trying to get them closer to Cinder, and there's the egg as well. And that synergy you talked about, vacuum into Winter's Curse, we will not be seeing it for the next 30 seconds.
And obviously Quick was still done for 10, so that mid tower for sure. See if they want to push in and continue it. They still have that Aegis on Aloha Dance, but it can't be much longer yet. It's actually just fire.
I'm not sure that they need it. He will just take the tower with this, knowing that he's going to get that regen up in a second here. And yeah, there it is. Aegis reclaimed. It's going to be a short one. Sub 9-minute respawn on that Roshan. But, I think that's still good enough for VP with their Rosh control.
Yeah, it just looks like they can just keep farming it, pushing these lanes. It's so hard for Diggity to get back into like a commanding position this game. It might not even ever end up in a commanding position, like having a chance at having a chance of winning.
On the upside, they picked up a gem. They're going to get back their map control. We know that earlier VP was putting some really deep wards in the Diggity jungle, so they're going to at the very least have that. If they sit back and farm, do you think that they have the potential to get into a good teamfight position with the Lycan, Beastmaster, and Death Prophetess cores?
Oh no.
Thanks, Moppax. I'm glad you didn't, like, you say, oh, I'm just gonna, maybe, I'll hedge. It's just no.
No.
Dig, have no hope late game. Just, no.
I mean, do you really want to go late game against Phoenix, Darkseer.
No, but I'm trying to
Spirit.
give the viewers hopes here. You know, this is the one,
there's hope. It's just
holdout
not
against
late.
all of the CIS teams who are strong right now, and you're just like, nah, Dig's right out. Good luck, GG, go next.
And they gotta start running at towers. There's just like, it's so unlikely that the game ends in their favor if they don't do before the 30-minute mark. Like if they haven't cleared out these towers. The Necro 3's up for Era. That's for them. The Necro still actually only one on the Kezu. Do you have to buy that gem himself?
Yeah, he did.
Poor
he did.
guy.
It's his own gem. Oh, we see a blink forwards. The roll not quite on the mark. Synderen is silenced up here, although he's about to be unsilenced. Primal roll onto No Fear. They are working quickly through this Earth Spirit and looking for more. He does throw out the Magnetize, but it is just going to tickle them. Yoku goes down as well. 2 big picks for Dig, and as you talked about, now maybe the time to throw your faces into towers.
Yeah, this is perfect. That's all they need. A little bit of a pick off, right? We've been playing pretty cautious up there, but a little extension from No Fear. Coming from the Darkseer there. So, tower goes down. It is this simple that they have a Lycan, right? Power that's here. By a lot of teams, like single fight, it's buildings, Raxes, going high ground.
Yeah, and they are gonna poke up the high ground a little bit. Oh, they even have the Exorcism. Of course, that is still up. They did not use it, but you will see Earth Spirit back up in a second. Era trying to get away from the low hog. Will take a bit of physical damage. Oh, let's see if they can get the setup still. Synderen holding it. They are coming forwards further. He is gonna get silenced up there. Koikba in a lot of trouble. The roll away. They're trying to get out of the Phoenix egg, and there's the Spirit Slam. But now Koikba healing back up. A Winter Skull opening onto Aloha Dance. There's a lot of damage. Synderen goes down though, and now G is gonna throw that. Oh, a nice Yule to stop the unstable concoction. And Koikba still somehow alive, but finally does go down in the high ground push. It was too far. Era goes for the TP away, gets it. So at least that's something going Dig's favor.
Yeah, it was pretty bold to head into that high ground, but they just didn't get like what you need. It has to be something like that Winter's Curse, like is an open high ground where you have the Alchemist just destroy somebody. And when it comes to this like BKB piercing, they had to throw it onto Aloha Dance. I can definitely understand that and try and bring him down low and then finish him off, but it just wasn't in a position. Like it was so near the end of the fight, everyone was already kind of on the run. They didn't have that like group up and it's like let's finish off Aloha Dance as it ends. So they'll be punished. Tower, Mantis Style, Radiance, 100 gold. G is a monster, 8,000 gold ahead of Point now.
Yeah, it is a swift dip, suddenly 10,000 gold ahead of VPR. They are the ones seizing the high ground. They do not need to stop Phoenix, healing them all back up. Kazu gets the primal roll off onto No Fear, but Yapso dying on the front lines while Yoku run up to him, and now Kazu in a lot of trouble here. The rest of the team, Era, trying to pick off G, going for him in the back lines. His team trying to help him out. He's getting body blocked there, still desperately trying to go forwards. They picked up No Fear elsewhere. Era realizing he needs to back on out. Night Hero Lifestealer opening up. Yapso, he falls back. He is gonna live here. No, maybe coming back in. Unstable concoction going out there from G, and now Koikba, nice Winter's Curse. They're all gonna get healed up. There's the Exorcism. Koikba standing ready, has Yule's up in 3 seconds. Trying to go forwards here, poking away at G, who also has that ult running. They're slowing him down. He armlet toggles, trying to get away some. Phoenix is in the backline. Koikba not gonna use his Yule's there in time, and now in a little bit of trouble, but does manage to get it off. Blows right on through G. They can work on the Phoenix egg now. Will they be able to get the vacuum disrupts them, and the egg explodes all over their faces? But Synderen saving up Kazu there. Doesn't manage to save the Rubik. They will get down F and G. Not before he kills off Era though. And Koikba still surging forwards, trying to find something, but it's Yoku who has a blink away. And that bloodbath.
Yeah, Yoku just like saving the end of that fight right there. Coming back in with that vacuum. That egg goes off, get the kill on the Rubik and the Lycan. That could have been worse, but both teams kind of trading and maybe a little bit of greedy pushes. Aloha Dance coming to that fight, like they started to back away, and Aloha Dance comes back in on nothing but armlet toggles and just gets blown up, trying to go for some sort of play with the Infest. He popped right back out and just went down.
It's a big win for Diggity. Unfortunately, they still are behind, but if they can take advantage of VP overextending, VP traditionally, part of why they seem to have such unstable performances is they take risks that are maybe not necessary, right? High risk and like medium reward, and so as you can see there, they could have disengaged, but they went back in for it and got punished by Diggity.
And now we're all back on the Roche train. Back up, chilling. Hello, team. The next big thing. Go take Roche. So, Winter's up. The Exorcist now gonna be back online, so it's definitely a scary fight. But VP, I think they haven't been doing getting that deep aggressive down here in a while. I mean, I know Kezu by one, so it's understandable. Gem still does have it up there, did not lose in the engagement. And now
they are out of woods. Does somebody have some on them?
I think
they're on the courier. Well done. That's actually really big. I know we're understating it a little bit. Basically, having all the vision, even having the wolf here, did they have a gem of their own, or was there? Yeah, Phoenix has a gem. That is one that FNG bought up himself. We're gonna have a team fight. Yoku already on the high ground, getting ready to put some enemies up there. Gee, they force stop him forwards when he goes for the rune. They're gonna slow him up a little bit. There immediately is the supernova coming out. They vacuum back Koikfa, throws out the Yule, the Winter's Curse. They're killing off Yoku there, but Koikfa's gonna go down. There will be no exorcism for this fight. And Synderen, what else does he have to give? The stolen supernova. It's just gonna go down though. And unfortunately, they have lost their supports. Era is desperately trying to pick up Yoku, but won't even be able to get that thanks to Sunray. And with 3 dead, Era no longer in wolf form has G right on his face. Gonna go for the TP out. The rock kick does stop his TP. And VP, this is looking like Rax.
Yeah, who needs Roche at this point? I'm trying to get a little bit of a creep cut here with the neck roll, but I already got one wave up front, so they keep on rolling up. Tower down. And no buybacks on the well, I mean there's a buyback, but you don't have access, doesn't matter.
Now being one Rax down, because they cannot take other Raxes here, so they will only be 1 Rax down. Maybe there's still something Diggity can do against this push.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I would have liked to see shells popped, honestly. G just go to Roche. That should be their next target, but maybe they can handle it without him. Then it's more important the Dark. They'll back away for that.
VP continue to extend their lead, probably going to be close to 20,000 when this graph settles down, and 14,000 experience as well coming out there. So, well, Aloha Dance, I'm assuming he's got something coming to him on the courier. Yep, he does. He's got the Chrysalis. Lifestealer, terrifying.
Yeah, he's got the mega right click going on with that Echo Saber.
I think they need to Winter's Coast someone else have the Lifestealer chunk on through them, because even though the Alchemist Sauce not quite enough, we're gonna see a nice silence coming out onto G. They've caught out FNG, there'll be no supernova this fight, but the Aegis, it goes down onto the Lifestealer, and they are trying to just stand and fight. Unfortunately, Aloha Dawn's regenning up too much. Koikfa caught in there with him, but is now healing up thanks to that Winter's Cold Embrace. We're gonna see a lot of people going on through the wall. The Exorcism still burning. They brought down the Aegis. G turning around trying to fight everything he can, while Era working in on Yoku decides to back out a little bit as they are in a 4v4, and Koikfa uses up again. The rest of his team backing out there, and Koikfa will go down.
Let's see if the Absol can escape.
Oh, okay. If there was a second hit there, he would be dead.
Yeah, more than likely. And yeah, so that's kind of exactly what we expect. Aegis was lost there for our next engagement, but towers will be the focus. Game does look like there is very little recourse here for the side of no Diggity. Yeah, so we're trying to make some plays. He did end up keeping that vacuum, so throw it out during the fight, but home alive.
How about desperate split pushing?
Oh, it's there. I mean, you've got a Mass, you've got a Lycan. They can try and go for those kind of plays, perhaps draw someone out to the sides of the map, but they also have decent chase potential just in, like, Earth Spirit trying to TP away with no BKE on either of these heroes is just down. Maybe you can try and abuse the vision of your Hawk, and that might allow catch, but very difficult for them to stalk around the map by G and his bots anyway.
Well, for Diggity, they need a miracle. Unfortunately, he's on a different team, so you're a little bit shit out of luck there, but, you know, maybe next time. Also on a different team, actually, that guy. Players have awful names for phrases.
Well, it's so mean to say. G,
they're
you know,
killing... Okay. Yeah, G, okay. I mean, they're just not really helping the idioms I'd like to use since there are players with all those names, but G, going forward, as you said, has a heart, even if I don't. And we'll see if Koikfa... He does have Spirit Siphons, always good against those tanky heroes. He's gonna open it up in a vacuum back. There's the Supernova as well, and nobody can hit that thing. Koikfa just desperately uses up, but the Wyvern has been blown up. Koikfa soon to follow. Lifestealer jumps on out. They're gonna go for the Rax. Primal Roll opens up onto G, but Kazu blown up. Gem on the deck. Aaron trying to run away best he can. There are no buybacks on Diggity. GG's are cold, and that'll be it. BP up in the game in this best of 6.
Yeah,
Three
It's
games, I guess, of the best of 6, if you want to say it that way.
It's kind of one of those games where it probably could have went on a lot longer. Like, could have dragged out to like 40 minutes. That had Dig played it a bit more passive, but the more time was gone, it's just like so unlikely that they can take the win. So it looks a little bit disappointing maybe if you're out here cheering for Diggity, but days that were the ones to win. They didn't make the ones that are just like, okay, let's drag this game longer and or like do some like dive our fountain as 5 heroes.